Welcome to the Next Level Facebook Ads Podcast with Phil Graham. We help you master Facebook ads and give you an unfair advantage over your competition. Are you ready? Let's go.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Next Level Facebook Ads Podcast, episode 356. Phil Graham here, and I've got a great show for you guys today. We're going to be talking about the software and tools that I use and that I recommend for Facebook ad success here in 2024. So the good news is you don't have to spend a lot of money on subscriptions and tools and stuff like that in order to be successful. But the bad news is a big mistake that many advertisers make is spending way too much money on that crap, and it doesn't help them. You don't want to make that mistake, and I'm going to help you to hopefully avoid that mistake in today's episode. So I'm glad you guys are here. I can't believe it's already March. That's just crazy. Hope you're having a great week so far. Now, if you guys are looking for some one-on-one coaching to finally learn ads the right way, or if you want somebody to run your ads for you and then you can do what you enjoy, you can go to my website, philgrahamdigital.com, or you can DM me on Instagram at philgrahamdigital, and I would love to connect with you. One other thing I wanted to mention is that on our website, we've upgraded and updated the podcast section of our site to now include show notes for every new episode. I've heard a lot of great feedback from those. People really like those notes. So definitely check it out if you're interested in that. So let's jump right into the content. I want to make this short, sweet, full of value, and very actionable for you guys. I'm going to start off by telling you what I would watch out for, because this is very common. So when it comes to marketing, software and tools and templates and things like that, there are so many people out there that only promote certain things because they make money off of you and they get an affiliate commission off of you if you buy. They don't necessarily promote it because it's great software. Now, they're motivated to tell you how great it is and to talk it up all over the internet because if you buy from their link, they'll make money. So you got to be really careful because that goes on everywhere. And it makes it seem like it's great. But when you have an army of people trying to make money off of you, that doesn't mean the software or the tool is actually effective or right for you. So you got to be very careful with that. Always be very skeptical, no matter how good it might seem. And one of the things I want to emphasize is I don't recommend that you spend a bunch of money every month on software and tools unless you're already making a ton of money. Now, if you're already making a ton of money and you want to get some things that might save you a little bit of time, then obviously that's a no-brainer. Even then, there's certain things that are still a waste of money that you got to be careful of. But for anybody who's not already making a ton of money, you should really be focusing on allocating most of your money on two things, in my opinion. Number one, getting in front of your prospective customers and audience. And number two, either paying somebody to do that for you or learning and upskilling yourself how to effectively do that for yourself. That can make a huge difference. You know, I've seen people who come to me for consulting and I look at what they're doing and they're not making money. That's why they're coming to me, or they're not making enough. Maybe they're making money, but not making enough. They're spending money on all kinds of things. So they've got like AI booking software. They've got graphic software. They're paying $100 or $200 or $300 a month for CRM. They're paying another few $100s a month for landing page software. And the list goes on and on. They're getting subscriptioned to death. They're paying this stuff every single month. And they're not really making a whole lot of money. They should be putting all that money into getting in front of their customers, as well as learning how to do it themselves or paying somebody to do it. That would be best in those scenarios versus wasting money on all that stuff. I've even had people coming to me that already make a ton of money, but are just wasting so much money. It's like literally flushing it down the toilet on some of this crap. And they could be keeping so much more and making more. The main thing that I want you to realize when it comes to software and tools and things like that for your business is that they are just that. They are tools. It's like a hammer or a nail or a drill. If you know how to build a house, then it doesn't really matter that much what hammer you're going to use. It doesn't matter what brand of hammer, like you might have your favorite brand, but if somebody hands you a different hammer or a different brand of a drill, you have skill in building a house, you're still going to be able to build the house. It's you building the house using that tool. It's not the tool, it's your skill with the tool. And so a lot of mistakes that I see people make because of the marketing that's out there, sometimes companies that build these tools or have this software make it seem like you're only going to be successful if you use their software, which is ridiculous. That's not true. So don't fall into that trap, and definitely don't fall into the trap of being monthly feed to death, because that's not good. You should be focusing on spending your money on getting in front of your customers and learning how to do it better, in my opinion. I do not like or recommend all-in-one tools. In fact, I hate it. So imagine you've got a software service that does your email, they do your landing pages, they do your webinars, they're your shopping cart, they're everything. You are putting all of your eggs in that one basket that you do not control, number one. And number two, it's impossible for any one company to be amazing at every single one of those things, because all those things like email, CRM, shopping cart, landing pages, and website pages, every single one of those things individually are like a business by itself. And there's no way that one company can be good at all of that stuff. There's just not. It's kind of like going to a pizza restaurant and also ordering sushi. Trust me, you don't want to do that. If you want pizza, go to a great pizza restaurant. If you want sushi, go to a great sushi restaurant. And it's the same thing when it comes to tools and software for your business. I do not recommend getting that all-in-one solution for a lot of reasons. I've seen a lot of people fail because of it. So even though it seems easy because it's all in one place, it's not going to do you good in the long run. There's a lot of issues with it. So be very careful. That being said, let's jump into what I use and even some things I don't use, but what I would use, what I would recommend anyway. So there's different options for you guys. Number one, let's start with one of my favorite things right now, which is AI. And the tool that I use, ChatGPT. I go straight to the source. There's so much crap out there that's built using ChatGPT or Google Gemini, etc. And I go straight to the source, and that's what I use. But one main thing that I want to emphasize when it comes to AI and ChatGPT, or any other AI for that matter, is you want to use it right. You want to use it right. There's so many people that use it the wrong way that actually costs them time and money. You don't want to just use whatever it gives you as your ad copy, for example. What I do is I use AI like an amazing tool, but I combine it with my skill, my experience, and what I know about each individual client and situation. And I put those two together and create something out of it. I get frameworks and concepts from the AI, combining it with my knowledge and skill. I love going up against people that just use AI for their copy or their strategy. Like, it's easy. It's like a pro player beating a high school kid. Like, it's easy for anybody to win when you do it right, when you have the skill. I just don't want you to fall into that trap of using it in the wrong way and losing money, because so many people are doing that. My best analogy for this AI stuff, I want you to think of it like the best chef's knife in the entire world, okay? If you put that knife in just a normal person's hand, they're going to be able to cut really well. Hopefully they don't cut off their finger, but they're going to be able to cut really well with it. But if you put the same knife into the hands of, let's say, like a 5 Michelin starred chef, they're not only going to be able to cut well with that knife, but they're going to be able to make you an amazing, unforgettable meal because of their skill. Their skill paired with the knife makes the difference. So when it comes to AI, long story short, I love it, but don't make the mistake of having it just spit out something and you just use it as is. Because if you do, there's a good chance you're going to lose money. So be very careful. If you use it in the right way, it can save you time and help make you money. And if you're wondering how to do that, certainly consulting could help you. We can help you use it in the right way. Next thing is landing pages and websites. I am a fan of, number one, having full control, and really, number two, not giving valuable data to third-party websites. So for that reason, I greatly prefer self-hosted WordPress websites and landing pages. I can use certain tools, which I've got a stack that works amazing that I use. And if you're interested, you can let me know, DM me or send me a message at philgrahamdigital.com. This isn't going to be about WordPress. I can't cover all the different WordPress stuff in this episode, but I've got tools where it's really easy to make a website page or a landing page look like anything and work really well and be super fast and mobile optimized. And I don't have to worry about some third-party platform either stealing my data or being slow or having a bunch of spam on it from other people that use it. I have full control of my data, of my information, of the experience that clients have and stuff like that. And that would be by far my number one choice. Number two, let's talk about the non-control options, non-full control, I should say. Definitely Shopify is a great one. I've got so many clients that use Shopify and they're like the gold standard of e-commerce. So I don't love that it's not full control, but sometimes that's okay. And I would definitely use and recommend Shopify for e-commerce. You could try using WooCommerce with WordPress, and people have been successful doing that. But I think for e-commerce, Shopify is a great way to go. And let's talk about landing pages. I like, of course, WordPress, like I said, but if I wasn't using that, I would probably use something like Leadpages. I mean, there's a bunch of different landing page providers out there, and they're all pretty good. What I would do is look for one where it's pretty easy to create the pages, but also doesn't charge you a lot of money. If you really like software that's $100 a month and you don't mind spending it, then go for it. Like, we've used everything, and there's a lot of good stuff out there. But if it were me, I would find the best one at the best price and then put the rest of the money into ads and learning and stuff like that. So let's talk about CRMs and emails, the ones I recommend. So Aweber has been around a long time, great deliverability. Like, that's what they do. They're specialists in email. When you use an all-in-one provider, a lot of times your email is going to go to the spam. There's going to be deliverability issues because guess what? They're not just an email company. They don't specialize in that. So when it comes to email and CRM, I recommend you only use companies that specialize in just that as their main thing. So Aweber is a good one. MailChimp is a good one. Klaviyo is a good one. I like HubSpot a lot as well. And there's a bunch of others. Like, just because I don't say one doesn't mean they're not good. This podcast would be too long if I mentioned every single thing, but I'm just giving you some of the options that I would use and recommend that I think are good. Now, in terms of graphics and images and stuff like that for ads, there's a few different things that I use and recommend. I really like Canva. You can even use their free version. It's really good. I mean, I use the paid version because you get extra stuff, but even their free version is amazing. So that's a great one. I also use Dolly, which is AI, which is part of ChatGPT. And that's really cool and gets better and better all the time. And another great one is from TikTok, the creators of TikTok, and it's called CapCut, CapCut. That's a great thing for both image and video. So those are some good tools for creating great graphics and imagery for your ads. Also, another thing you can do, of course, is use like royalty-free images and stuff like that. Okay, well, just a couple more. Next one I want to talk about is shopping carts. So what I like and use is Thrivecart. It's been really good. I've used it for years, and that's what they do. They are an expert at shopping carts, and they are really good. Another one I've heard good things about, but I've not used it personally, is Samcart. But any company that focuses on just building a great shopping cart could be really good, but I like Thrivecart the best. When it comes to video for ads, a couple different things. Number one, putting it on your landing pages, I would recommend Vimeo Pro. A lot of people make the mistake of putting YouTube videos on their landing pages, which is a huge mistake, because then you pay for somebody to go to your landing page from an ad, but then there's a YouTube logo, and a lot of people will click on that to go watch it on YouTube instead. And then guess what? You just sent them into a place of full distraction where they can see all kinds of other stuff to watch. And they go end up watching dancing monkeys or flying cats or some other thing instead of your video. And you paid them to do that, which is crazy. So when you use something like Vimeo Pro, you can control that. You don't have any outgoing links or logos they can click on when they watch the video on your landing page. That's what I recommend. And then in terms of like editing, Final Cut Pro is a great one. iMovie, there's obviously Adobe has great editing stuff as well, if you use that. And then I mentioned it earlier, but CapCut from the TikTok people, it's not part of TikTok. You can use it for anything, but they do great videos there as well. And even Canva does some great video stuff. And then last, but certainly not least, let's talk a little bit about stats and data. Now, you've got to be careful here because there's a lot of companies that misrepresent and claim that they've got the answer and can see everything, even beyond iOS privacy. It's all BS. Don't get roped into that. Here's what I recommend for your stats and your data. Google Spreadsheets, create a dashboard out of that. I'm going to be doing an episode on that soon to help you. Hotjar is a great thing to have on your site, like a heat map, and you can even view what people do on your website. You can even use the free version. And then Google Analytics, make sure you're using the new GA4. And then you can also use stats from either WordPress or whatever platform that you have your website on, whether it's Shopify or a landing page provider, wherever it is, they're going to have stats. And then you also combine that with stats from your ad platform. So I take all these things, the ad platform stats, the website stats, analytics, Hotjar, and I aggregate them into one place, which is my dashboard using Google Sheets. And that allows me to use data at a much higher level than most people. And again, I'm going to do an episode just on that in the near future. So make sure you guys watch out for that, as it'll be super valuable. So you guys, that's what I recommend for software and tools. Don't make the mistake of spending too much money on this stuff. You can be successful without doing it. Hope that was helpful. Episode 356 is in the books. I've got a great episode for you coming next week. I will talk to you then. Peace out.
Thanks for listening to the Next Level Facebook Ads Podcast. Please remember to subscribe and share this with all your friends. For show notes, more tips, and to learn more about Phil, please visit philgrahamdigital.com/podcast.